8 months. I am here as a grad student, but I also am a teacher, and I'm working 4 days a week in the field board in a middle school. Some people visited me yesterday, and some of you are coming tomorrow to my school. I work there as an ESL teacher as well as a guidance counselor this year. So I've been working at that school for 10 years doing ESL and ELD support in a variety of different settings and contexts. So what some of the students were asking about ELLs with special ed concerns, and that's something that I have to contend and deal with on an everyday basis. It's very complex, trying to understand when a student has a learning disability or other type of services that the school offers that they might need access to. Working through the communication, and that can happen. Even if they've been learning English for years. It takes a long time. Sometimes it takes up to 10 years for a child to learn a language, or an adult or anyone. 5 to 7 is generally thought of as how long it takes to become, fluent in the language, especially looking at the academic vocabulary. And as a teacher, you're going to be working with students with academics constantly, and so you'll see the impact of that. But some students can take it even longer, and I have a couple case studies I prepared for you that you're going to be working through and looking at. The students all have pseudonyms, but they're kind of versions of students I've worked with over the years that were complex cases where we weren't sure what was going on with the child. Was there something more that they needed beyond the ESL program or not? So that's kind of the activity we're going to work on for most of the first part of your class today. So I prepared the 4 profiles. You have your group that you have right now of 4 people. The idea is you have your group of 4, and you'll number yourselves off. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to go to, ones will go to the back corner here. We'll have 2s over here on this side, 3s at the front, and 4s over here. So once you're in that group, there's going to be a large number of people. I think there's about 10 to 12 in each of the Jigsaw groups. You probably use Jigsaw all the time. So when you arrive there, this morning we had everyone talk as a whole group of 12, and it was too much. I think it's going to, so what we want you to do is when you go to your Jigsaw group and you have the profile of the student there that you're going to work through with some questions, that you kind of break up into smaller groups, maybe even a partner. So even though there is a large Jigsaw group, find one person in that group to sit and go through the profile with. And then after a bit, we'll have you come together as larger groups to discuss it. And eventually you're going back to your Jigsaw group, you're in your original group that you're in right now, and you're going to be telling people about the profile briefly and some of the strategies you came up with and suggestions. Afterwards, we'll debrief it, talk about all the complex issues that come up when you have an English language learner with special education concerns, and you're free to ask me questions, okay? So you might find these very challenging. I still find these challenging. I'm always uncertain. I don't think that anyone has a clear answer about these kids. It's not simple. So, if you find it hard to decipher, then you're not alone, and that's something that even after years of experience is going to be a challenge, figuring out when a student has a learning disability. Okay? So, do we all have groups of 4 right now?